Good morning. It's nice seeing you all this bright morning, and thanks for the chance to talk about not only what we're doing on the banking sector, but some thoughts about how you build a growth firm. We don't like to think of Metro as a bank. We like to think ourselves as a power retailer that happens to be a bank. I'm going to talk a little bit about how we think about how you build a growth firm and what we're going to do in the banking business. And Brendan mentioned, we believe this is the first new high street bank in Britain since 1830. To put that in perspective, Buckingham Palace wasn't open in 1830. So our slogan, Metro Bank, love your bank at last. A distinctly non-UK view of banking. As I said earlier, I want to talk about our views of how to build a growth company in a slow growth world. No one would think about the retail banking business as an exciting, explosive growth business where you can create tremendous value, and we're going to show you how we did that in America and how we hope to do it in Britain. This is Britain's first new high street bank in a long time. One of the first things people say about us is we're open every day of the week, 7-day branch banking. Why should the retailers be open and the banks close? We intend to build 200+ locations in Greater London. We have 4 open now, with 8 more opening in 2012, and capitalized with £125 million. As I said, 8 new stores planned for 2011. Now, this is about building a brand. We just happen to be a bank. And I want to talk about our thoughts about how we built a brand in America and how we intend to build a brand here. I think if you look at every great firm in the retail sector, they all have 3 common elements. A business model that's completely different and the consumer sees as adding value. Then they build a culture that matches the model, and then they fanatically execute the model. I'm going to talk about all 3 of those things. And if we get this right, and of course we all know in business it's a never-ending battle to get it right, we're in the business of building fans. Great companies have fans, not customers. And of course Apple is the clearest example. Every one of you in this audience that has an Apple product is trying to convince every one of your friends that they should switch to Apple. That's what it means to be a fan. And that's what we intend to do at Metro Bank. Now, what do we mean by model, and what is the Metro Bank model? We're a retailer that happens to be a bank. That's a very simple statement, but changes the view of how you look at the business. We call our branches stores. Retailers look at their business from the store up. Big banks look at their business from the top down. Those are 2 diametrically opposed ways of looking at your business. This is a deposit-driven model first. We love to make loans. We're going to make lots of loans, consumer and commercial. But at the core, we believe the value in a bank is your core deposit bank, your core deposit base. Now, what do banks have that no one else has? Everyone can make loans. Everyone in this room can go out to the bottom of this building and start making loans. But only banks have a government license to accept deposits. So why wouldn't you build your model around your unique advantage? We found in America, and we believe we'll find here, that customers care much less about the rates you pay them on the deposits than they do on the retail experience. Again, going back to Apple, it's about retail experience. I talked earlier about the idea of fans. As a stock company, you've got to compete in the market for capital. The markets value predictable high growth. That's what we were able to produce in America, and that's what we intend to do here. And as I said earlier, we see ourselves as a power retailer. Now, a power retailer is an American term, and we take it to mean it's an idea, it's a model, it's a company that redefines how a product or service is delivered. And more importantly, it changes the customer's expectations. It's a change of life.